Hey, kiddo, it's me. Well, I'm just checking in, making sure you've done all your nightly duties. You brushed your teeth? Good. Did you floss and rinse? You did. Did you take your nightly shower? Wash behind the ears? Alright. It seems you've done all your nightly duties. So, what are you waiting for? I mean, you're clearly ready to sleep, and you're already in bed. So what's the holdup? I mean, it's 8 o'clock and you're still awake? What would Mom think of this? I'm joking. I wouldn't tell her that you're awake. But the question still stands. Why are you still awake? Typically you're out like a light by now. So, what's keeping you up? Something troubling you? Oh, something is troubling you. Well, if you want, you can tell your dad what's wrong. I'm always here. I mean, I know these things might be typically just something you tell your mom, but come on. You can confide these troubles and these thoughts in your dad sometimes. I mean, what kind of dad would I be if you couldn't trust me? So, if you want to tell me, you can, but you don't have to. Oh, you're worried about nightmares? Well, why are you so worried? I mean, they aren't anything to be scared about. But I guess I shouldn't say that. So, let me ask you this. Have you been having a large amount of nightmares? Huh, that's strange. I remember when I was younger, I had nightmares. A lot of them, too. It was just something about the darkness and the loneliness. Plus, I had a crazy imagination, whether it be for good or bad. But, you know, what always helped me? That's right, a good story. My mother would always read me a story if I was scared to go to sleep. She kind of acted as the protector of my dreams, like guarding me and while I was at my, I guess, weakest point. But hey, I don't know the exact science around it. So, what'd you say? You want me to tell you a story to help you fall asleep? Sounds good. That's good. So, I don't have any books on me at the moment, but I think I can make up a story. Just, give me a second. So, there once was a little fox. He was like any typical fox. Orange and small and fluffy. However, he was quite the mischievous fox. He'd prance around all day long, chasing rabbits. Now, the rabbits were not fond of this, I suppose you could say. They did not like running around all day. They would often complain and gripe. They would say, "This fox is no good. We have to do something about him. If we don't stop him, we'll be ruined." Um, so, while the fox pranced around during the day, the rabbits plotted at night. We'll trick him into a silly little trap, and then maybe he'll learn his lesson, they'd say. We'll trap him while he chases us to show him it's no race. We can easily outrun him, and soon We'll make fun of him for being such a fool. We'll run him into a hole that he cannot escape. We can jump, he cannot. The fool will be so foolish. They gigglishly laughed. So the rabbits set the plan. They began to dig as rabbits do. Yet they did it in the midst of a bush. A treacherous place, if you know anything about bushes. Then, for further trickery, they laid a thin layer of leaves over the hole. The next step was simple. The rabbits brought the fox into chase. Now, the fox, he was especially energetic that day, but the rabbits were more determined. They ran for hours upon hours, tiring out the fox. Then, when the time seemed right, they ran into the bushes. Without thinking, the fox ran in too. This would be his undoing. He fell into their trap, exhausted and stuck. He tried to climb out, but to no avail. He had worn himself out. The rabbits began to gather around the hole. They giggled at the fox and his foolishness. Then the rabbits, recognizing the punishment as complete, helped the fox out of the hole. Your time is done, fox. You can come out, they'd say. Then they helped him out of the hole and onto the ground once more. Boy, oh boy, said the fox. You sure taught me a lesson. I never thought I was causing all that trouble. He continued in a very remorseful tone, I suppose. I thought I was just doing it all in good fun. I'm sorry. The fox had never thought about his actions, but he was willing to change. So he made an amendment to his actions that day. He was no longer to chase the rabbits, unless they asked, of course, but rather play with his new friends. He would prance with them in friendship and prance with them in joy. They would roam about the fields, having joyful days, free from strife and stress. They would laugh and giggle for the days to come and forevermore. The end. So, how'd you like my story? Huh. Oh, you're asleep. I guess that's alright. Well, if that's the case, I'll leave you to your rest. Good night, my sweet child. I love you.